Stuart, can you talk about Krias?
About Krias.
Yes, please.
Um, Kriyas are just, when Shakti hits blocks inside you and it forces, movement in your body, those are Kriyas. It's energy, literally breaking through, the blocks that exist inside so that the Shakti, the spiritual force, can flow in your chakra system. Those are Kriyas. And, look, we all have blocks, we all have tensions that dam up the works inside. Uh, and Koreas are very common. I mean, I had many more of them when I was younger. I used to bounce all over the place. Rudy would flick his hand like that, and I would bounce across the room. I mean, it was just energy, literally unclogging, breaking through my resistance inside. And those are Kriyas. And they're not an unhealthy thing. If you have them, it's nothing negative. It's just release. You're releasing the blocks, the tensions that are keeping you from fully experiencing the flow of higher energy in your system. And that's basically what a Kriya is.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have I mean, if you have movement of that, I'm not talking about scratching your nose, during class, but if that energy is creating, the head swivels or the shoulders go back or arms sometimes go up in the air. I mean, that's part of the meditation. Those kind of movements don't interfere with the class. So don't, if you have those kind of movements, it's nothing negative. It's you breaking down your resistance inside and giving the Shakti, which is coming into you, the opportunity to truly undam the works. Does anyone else have a question?
Stuart, would you talk about the depth of commitment that a student should best have to inspire their teacher?
Look, I talk about it all the time. I'm sick of talking about it. I don't have a lot of that kind of depth. But there are a few people that have that kind of depth of commitment, but not a lot. And people kind of fit the meditation into their schedule. Well, I got to do this, I got to do that. And it's not like they do their schedule around a spiritual life, about learning how to build a system inside that gives them a spiritual life. And commitment is based upon doing that. Is based upon having priorities about what you need. I mean, there are people that, I mean, I see it now. There are a number of people that when they came, they could barely function in their life. And they got jobs now, they have relationships, they're planning on marriages. I never see them. I never see them. Or I see them maybe once a week. And it's always the excuse. When I started growing in Rudy's work, and I knew how important that work was for me, suddenly it was like Moses waving the wand and the Red Sea parted. Life began to work to allow me to attend these classes, which I deeply needed to have a spiritual life. Life does the same thing for me today. to attend these classes because I need to have them for spiritual life. I don't think there are three other people in this meditation that their life functions that way. And I'm kind of getting tired of it, Shakur. I really am. I do this 7 days a week. Well, not seven, but 5, but 7 classes a week. I set apart, everything else is set apart. And this is my priority, to help people grow spiritually. And then to get people, 13 people show up and 2 of them are missing already. They're gone. They don't want to hear the talk, I mean, I'm tired of, when I used to have in-person classes, people wouldn't disappear. They would stay to the end. Here, oh, well, I can just turn it off and go do what else I have to do. And I'm kind of getting tired of it. I'm really seriously thinking of stopping these Sunday night classes. And it really came as a shock to me to come here, sending out 55 invitations and 13 people show up, including I'm one of the 13. I said, what? What? And I might do a Sunday class, but I'll do it by invitation only to people who I think are real students. I really mean that. I'll send out an invitation to 4 or 5 people to have class with me on Sunday. Because I think, these are people that go out of their way to be here. They make financial supports for me. They help me to sustain the classes. I mean, and they go out of their way. I mean, Pat Fay comes to New York and 3 days he gives me acupuncture treatments. And I mean, it's unbelievable. Never ask for anything, but all I do is get messages from him thanking me for helping to save his life. That's it's a commitment. I mean,
How can I improve in this regard?
Look, you do okay, Shakur. You come to as many classes as you can possibly fit in. I mean, today you're the only one who went to that retreat you did who's here in class. You're the only one. You need this, and you're very clear about needing this. You can't substitute something else for what you get from these classes, of sitting here with you. You know? So look, anyway, I don't want to get into, I'm really seriously considering what I'm talking about because I'm getting tired, I'm not 40 years old anymore. I'm not, I used to do so much stuff that I did and always, I mean, and I'm getting tired. And I don't get tired when I see, well, people come and commit and, contribute and do things to really support what I'm trying to do here. I mean that, that inspires me. Coming here and seeing what I saw today does not inspire me to continue doing these classes. Except I can invite, a handful of people that I think are real students, come to retreats, they contribute more than $10 a month. They contribute to what I'm trying to do here. And I respect that. And even the money doesn't mean anything. It's the giving from the heart. That means everything to me, not how much money people get. Thank you. Thank you. There's gratitude. I just might do that. I might just do that, just cancel everything and just send invitations to people I think are real students. I made it, you know? There are other people that teach some form of Rudy's work that people could go to, and that don't give a shit if you're there or not. Anyway, Mercury's going out of retrograde today. Ease up a little bit here. Anyway, look, I'm having a retreat next month. 17 people have signed up already for this retreat. If you want to come, you better make a commitment to come. I mean it, because two of them is conditional whether or not they're health. One of them is healthy enough to come. But I put their names down because I really do want them to come. Because I'll do healing work with one of them and try to help her overcome a very serious problem she has. Does anyone else have a question? And maybe it was a big mistake for me to start these Zoom classes. People are sitting in their living rooms. You can press a button and go off. Somebody screaming at you from the next room. Boom, gone. I mean, it might have been a mistake to do. I've been doing this for 4 years. I have grown enormously from this, and I think some of you have grown enormously from this. And I don't know. Unless I get better response, I might start just sending invitations, personal invitations to every class, to people who I think are real students, Don't just disappear for a week, or 10 days, or 2 weeks, and they're gone, And I don't even mind if people go away, if they just send me a note, say, hey, I'm going to, so they don't just vanish. It's like a chunk of me is taken right out of my heart. They vanish, Have a little courtesy about going away. I got this, I got that. I'll be back. I mean, I'm not here to control people, but I'm also not here to be taken for granted. Does anyone else have a question? Okay. All right. There'll be class tomorrow evening, I think. And anyway, God bless you all. And hopefully I'll see everybody tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.